the day that I actually drove myself to the clinic and died on the table, that would have been the moment that changed for me, but it wasn't. I said a prayer to God. I said, God, I don't know what's happening right now, but if you make this go away, I'll never touch this stuff again. Money just magnifies you of who you actually are. It will expose your true heart and who you are as a person. I lost my little brother to a heroin overdose when he was 28, I was 34. My goal is to build a 9-figure company in the next 3 to 5 years. We'll do 8 figures this year.
You're listening to Building Dallas, hosted by Arrington Roofing. With 42 years of roofing North Texas, Arrington Roofing is building a better roof for you.
Hello, my name is Reese Arrington with Building Dallas. Welcome back. This is the podcast where we talk with people shaping homes, businesses, and communities across North Texas. Today, our guest is an entrepreneur, health and wellness advocate, a 2-time heart attack survivor. He's built a massive social media following. He's a public speaker. He's a motivator, best-selling author, and founder of Summit Solutions in Construction, Roofing and Construction. Graduated from North Texas with a Bachelor's of Administration in Economics. Welcome, Jason Nemes.
Nailed it. Thank you, man.
Close
Appreciate
enough,
you.
right?
Yeah. Grateful to be here.
Yeah, man. No, thanks for coming. So I wanted to have another roofer on the podcast because it's such a competitive industry.
Yes, it
right?
is.
And people kind of think that we're pitted against each other, but I think there's some commonality with the people that want to do it right. Right? I mean, there's the fly-by-night guys, the guys with no insurance. There's no barrier to entry to get into roofing
Right.
in Dallas and Texas in general.
Texas, yeah.
So anybody can do it. I've dealt with other roofers who were siding companies the year before, and they jump into roofing and they have none of the credentials.
Right.
So first off, I just want to kind of talk about who you are and why you chose roofing. Like, what got you here?
Well, the who I am in today's day and age is a man who is on a mission to help everybody tap into their greatness and be the best that they can be. And the reason for that is because of things that I'm sure we'll get into about my story, which you kind of touched on, but the main heart attack that had me dead on the table. And then how I got into roofing. So my previous business that I was in was network marketing. And the company took a route that I didn't really care for. And so I was kind of in limbo for a few years, but still making a multiple 6-figure residual income. And then, long story short, a buddy of mine called me about starting a roofing company. It was but the transition for me was between roofing, solar, and insurance. And I had friends that were multimillionaires in each industry. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but we know what we're capable of and the different skills that we have. And through the network marketing journey, I mean, afterwards, and who I was able to become and the mentors that I had that poured into me and the version of Jason at the time, I was like, I can do anything.
Yeah.
Anything that I do, I'll be successful. I mean, I built a team of like 4,500 people across the world. Yeah. So, but I mean, I wasn't that person when I first started. Again, it was just all the people that I was able to surround myself with, the mentors that I had, the people that poured into me and believed in me. And that was the catalyst for where I am today and the growth and my ability to grow so fast. And roofing, it's like, yeah, I'm new to roofing, but as far as building culture and leadership and vision, getting people to work together, pouring into people, I've been doing that for over a decade.
Yeah. So you have the real entrepreneurial spirit.
That's right.
Right. I mean, roofing can get complicated, but I mean, essentially it's a pretty simple trades business.
It's very simple and very complicated.
Yeah. But I think what makes businesses great is sticking around.
Yeah.
Because roofing companies go out of business so fast.
Oh, people were talking so much smack when I first got in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just here we go, another guy thinks he's blah, 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 he'll be gone. And it's like, no, we're growing like crazy.
Yeah, and that's difficult. I mean, you have to price yourself right? You have to be able to deliver exceptional customer service. Nobody looks at their roof. They don't know what's going on up there.
Right.
So it's not like selling a car where you go, hey, you got the turbo, you got, this interior, whatever. You're selling a product that's based on, a commodity, which is oil, right? I mean, it's an asphalt product, so getting that over that hump of what is the value that I'm bringing to the customer?
Right.
Is that the roof, just making sure it doesn't leak, or is it the experience that someone gets when they work with me?
Right.
So how have you built value into roofing?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. So a lot of it has to do with branding and getting people to know, like, and trust. when I first started out and nobody knew who we were, I at least had the credentials of self, right?
Yeah.
Being the best-selling author, I'm a published TEDx speaker. I did a TED Talk.
Yeah, sweet.
It's called Death Gave Me a PhD on Life, and the PhD stands for Purpose, Happiness, and Discipline. But I could be like, look, like this is me. I'm not just some random person at your doorstep. And that definitely helped give me credibility with customers. And yeah, I mean, man, I've been dealing with people and growing and like I said, leadership for over 10 years. So my ability to talk to people and just show them the value that I'm not just some random person. Yes, we're insured. And I mean, back then I didn't have as good of margins as I do now. Now I have supply companies that are fighting for our business. Leave one, now they want us back, and they're offering all these different things. And so, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, but I don't put anything on like that's under at least a class 3. And we're just able to do a lot of things for customers and provide next level value. We're also a diamond contractor with Tamco. And I mean, we just, so like providing warranties and higher end workmanship warranties. We're just able to do a lot. And I think we have one bad review. We've got 75 5-star, I think 1-star. You can't make everybody happy. And there are things that are going to go wrong. And, that is what it is. We're not claiming to be perfect, but we do our absolute best. And I mean, hell, I've had things go wrong before, and I spend $4,500 to fix it out of my own or out of the company overhead to make customers happy because your reputation is everything. So
absolutely. I mean, we have 4.9 on Google, right?
I almost don't even want a 5.
Yeah,
because then people are like,
you're like. Your cousins
really?
And your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, you get all these people to write these.
It's almost good to have like a review that's just that's not because it shows like you're a real company. Yeah, we had a mess up. And actually the 1-star review, I didn't even know about the situation. And it was stuff in a different office that actually went south and people were stealing and doing things behind my back. So it wasn't even I had zero control of that because I just didn't know.
Well, and that's a really difficult thing to manage once you get to a certain size, right? I mean, that's where when I came back into the business and my brother's, here with me,
which is so cool,
which is awesome. Yeah. That's when we decided to grow more. My dad was kind of fine, just, mom and popping it. My mom used to be a part of the business years ago, and she passed away in 2022.
Sorry to hear that.
No, so it was kind of tough. But he was always fine with that mom and pop. Like, hey, I'm making a great living, got a great house, support my family.
Right.
But, now that we're involved, we're growing. And now he can't see everything. You can't see what all the sales guys are doing. You can't see what every admin process is. And that gets kind of scary because, like you said, you had a situation go down where you didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, it gets very scary, man. I have a very large social media reach, and I have people that hit me up. Man, every week I have people hitting me up in different states wanting us to come there and wanting to work for me, essentially, because of my leadership and the culture and how I treat people. And initially I want to grow like so bad and fast because I love it. But you can't compromise integrity. You'd have to be very mindful of who you allow to wear Arrington or Summit, because for them it's just another company.
Right.
They can, if they F things up, they can just go work for another company. But it's your company's still affected. So you have to be very mindful who you're bringing on. And the more and more I've been in the industry, I'm a lot more mindful. Before, I was way more loose earlier on, but not anymore.
And we've always we still say it sometimes that we're a family.
Yep.
And I like it, but I think A team or dream team is more of the vibe that I like.
I say family too.
I say family, and I think it's great. But at the end of the day, people leave. Family really is, if we're in the literal sense, I mean that's your blood. Like you can't leave a family. But dream teams, A teams, sometimes you got to let people go, and sometimes people want to go join a different team.
Right.
So we have an essence of family, but I'm trying to be more, hey, like let's get star players, like let's get this team aspect of it. And then that's how we're going to work together to achieve the goal, which is to win, to win, but not in a sense that someone else has to lose. I think that, one of our kind of sayings is, benefiting all, right? Creating solutions that benefit everybody. There's not just one winner, right? And so that makes me think of, I saw a video of yours. I think it may have been the first video that I saw that made me, gain some respect, because you had this homeowner who didn't need to file a claim. And you told her, hey, like, you're good. Like, you don't need to do this. And I think especially when we're knocking doors, a lot of roofers are out there just telling
everyone. Is that the one that gave us the huge referral?
Yeah.
It's like a $100,000 job
that
she gave us.
Well, and it upsets me because nowadays with deductibles through the roof, I mean, you got $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 deductibles. Telling someone to file a claim when they've got a few hail hits, hoping they get it,
it's bullcrap.
Isn't really good for them. Yeah. So I really respected that, and so I think when you talk about growing it, I think and you talk about integrity.
Through integrity, it's one of our core values.
Mm-hmm. So when you said that, like growing it, I want to grow it. Like what is it? Like what is? I know it's the roofing company, but more than that, what's the message behind it? Like what is that you're trying to catch fire?
Man, I want to have the biggest, most amazing company in the country.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just really what it comes down to. If somebody else is the best, like you have another company that's doing X amount and they're considered the best, well, there's always room to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like a friendly competition. If they can do it, why not me?
Yeah.
We haven't even been around 2 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Next month, the end of the month will be 2 years.
Yeah.
And we're about to be in 6 states.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to add Florida and Maryland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and you grew this social media following. When did you start?
I had that way before.
You had that before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were able to leverage that.
Correct. And that's another reason that I was able to grow like I did, is because, man, I had good reputation for doing good, honest business. And like people knew who I was. Yeah. Whenever I started posting that I was in roofing, but I didn't post anything about roofing for about 6 months.
Oh wow!
When I was in the industry. Yeah.
Okay. So you just use the same pages you had before?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you go start a new page, it's starting over. Like I got a warm market right here.
Right.
Why would I completely start over? Now I did start a summit page and we're working on growing that a lot. But yeah, man, I've gone viral in the blue collar space. I get recognized pretty much every day at the gym.
Really?
I get recognized at the airports, restaurants, and other states. And it's cool, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, people, and that's another thing. It's like, it's a reminder to keep going and keep putting out the content, because you never know who's watching. And like I said, my goal is to help as many people as I can tap into their greatness, whether it's with Summit or not. Yeah. And social media is a platform to share a message, inspire, motivate, and help people get through another day and give them hope. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people need is hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a major drug addict, doing crazy things, just being wild, and completely flipped things around. I'm almost 5 years clean from drugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. Next month will be 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
And I was doing it almost every day. Sometimes it was every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So going back, because you had a health and wellness company, right?
No, so that was with the network marketing company.
Network marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I built a multi-7-figure
Gotcha.
business within the business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
I got to making like $40,000 a month residual.
Wow. So residual. So like just off of, what do you mean by that exactly?
My entire team. As long as they're still doing stuff, whether I sell something or not, like
So kind of passive in a way. Or
that's residual.
Okay, got it.
Passive is residual.
Yeah. Okay, so you didn't have to. Even
I
work
still make
in
a
the business.
6-figure residual.
Wow.
I should hit the level, like because it just depends on the numbers that your team does, whether you like activate that next bonus.
Yeah.
My checks next month for this month's work will be around $25,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, dude. Okay, so go back. So. What caused the change from Jason the addict and partaking in all these activities to locking in, focusing, and really chasing your dreams?
Well, you would think that the day that I actually drove myself to the clinic and died on the table, that would have been the moment that changed for me, but it wasn't. That was April 4th, 2021, Easter Sunday of all days.
Wow.
Fast forward a couple months later, my birthday in Vegas, got a UFC fighter who's very well known at my table. And he was like, hey, you want to, I was like, I can't tell him no. There's always like a justification of why to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, all right, I guess I'll go do it. So anyway, went and did it, but I didn't have, I didn't buy any.
Yeah.
So I did it. The problem for me is I wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
So then it was like a week later, I was in Costa Rica for a bachelor party. And I always wanted to try it in South America.
Yeah.
And this dude had a connect that came by and brought like a brick. And I was like, oh my. I was like, all right, I'll just do a little bit. Anyway, I did not go to sleep that night.
Yeah.
I was up all night doing it. And I felt myself in the room in the morning. I hadn't slept. Yeah. And I felt myself kind of fading out again. Not exactly the same as the day that I died when I had that heart attack, but like, because I felt the pains in the head. Like I had all the symptoms like crazy. Yeah. So that day I didn't have the symptoms of a heart attack, but I had the symptoms of like feeling like I'm fading out and like I'm gonna die. So I got scared and I got up. I put a bathing suit on because our hotel was on the beach. I walked out into the water and I said a prayer to God. I said, God, I don't know what's happening right now, but if you make this go away, I'll never touch this stuff again. Wow. And within minutes, everything was clear. Wow. It was like I was perfectly sober. And I haven't touched it since that day. Damn. And I lost my little brother to a heroin overdose when he was 28, I was 34. So it's not, it's like my mom couldn't handle losing me. I mean, I'm her last child. So, and plus, dude, I just love life.
Yeah.
And you get high on drugs, but it's like you can also get high on impact and winning. Huh. Yeah. And the high from impact and winning is so much more powerful than high on drugs.
Yeah. So once you stopped all that, did it take a while for your baseline to kind of come back up? I mean, or were you just like done, like move on, and you just kind of went full speed?
What do you mean for baseline? Like,
well, I mean, I've heard a story. Actually, John Mayer has this story on a podcast where he's like, I quit drinking, I had an embarrassing moment, and when you're first sober, you kind of miss the highs.
Bro, I'll be honest with you.
A while,
I still miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's times where you're out, the music's going, you're starting to drink, and it's like, man, it'd be cool to do, and that's just me being vulnerable and honest. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I couldn't control it. It controlled me. It was straight up the devil. Yeah. And people that just stay up and they're doing drugs and partying, freaking losers. Yeah. I was that guy. I was the loser. And it amounts to nothing in life. All it does is halt you from where you want to go, who you want to be, who you want to become. And it just, man, it was such a big part of my life too. And with all the fentanyl overdoses and like how many different bags like I had, bro, I just look back and I'm like, playing with fire there.
It's risky. And I think that there's a hopelessness that when you're stuck in that loop, right? Where you're like, why am I making this decision for this moment now and completely ignoring the future? And it's like, you know better than that,
every time I'd be like,
better.
The next morning, like, oh man, what am I doing? I'm better than this. And then you start getting down on yourself because like you're saying, like, I know I'm better than this and I know not to do this and what this life leads to. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. And so, with some of the things that I've dealt with in my past, I mean, just having that faith, like having God to go, hey, there is.
That was another thing. I turned to God.
Hope.
I turned to God like crazy.
There is hope in this life.
Yeah.
And I think when we look for that temporary pleasure, we're not really trusting that God's way is better.
Right.
And it's not an easy path. It's constant sacrifice. It's what Jesus did. It's picking up your cross and carrying it. And whatever our cross is, we all have different things, and some are going to be more destructive to our lives, and some just feel like, whatever, I can live with kind of being a prick, or I can, live with eating too much sugar or whatever. But, it's kind of, sometimes, might be a positive way to look at it is going, I couldn't live with my thing because it would have killed me. I had to get rid of it.
Oh, I would 100% die.
Yeah.
If I kept doing it, I would die.
Yeah.
I would either have a heart attack or I would get a batch of fentanyl. I mean, it's just like dude, I would literally every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
It would be like 4 or 5 days a week, and then sometimes it'd be every day. But like minimum was 4 days a week.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's wild. Okay, so back to kind of how you got into roofing. You had your degree. So between the social media and then your degree, did those both really play a role in you being able to grow companies, or would you give one or the other a little more credit?
Bro, the degree was a waste of time and money.
Really?
100%. Yeah. Whenever like that conversation comes up, going to school and all this, I'm like, I don't know if I'm the guy you really want to have that conversation
Dude,
with.
no, go there, man. I mean,
I'm saying like the youth it's just pretty much a waste of time.
yeah.
Unless you have to have that degree to get into the profession you want, doctor, lawyer, you know, all the stuff, veterinarian, that kind of thing. If it's for business or marketing, it's like, why are you going to school?
Yeah.
Just go find an entrepreneur who's kick ass and go be a sponge. Go work for him or her. I mean, you can find everything on YouTube and ChatGPT and Claude. There's really no good reason to go to school unless you want to party or be in a frat or a sorority. It's like you can get all of the info. Yeah, and there's so many classes. I don't need to know this.
Yeah.
Like this is not going to help me in my future, and that's like 2 or 3 years of your major. No, it's just, I really couldn't tell you. Like getting into the network marketing industry and getting around the successful people, they teach you the actual skills and principles to win.
Yeah.
I did not get that in college.
Yeah. Well, and you're a master motivator.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I look at your stuff and it's like, dude, you rile me up, you know?
I love it.
Like,
Thank you.
Like you're like, I got to compete with this guy.
Yeah.
I got to compete with this guy, right? But it raises the standard, you know, and that's why I wanted to have you on. I mean, I think that when you find companies and you find other roofers that are doing things right, it sends a great message to the community that, hey, while there are some bad apples, there are some guys that genuinely care. And genuinely caring about not just the client, but our business, they go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
Because we're putting on a product that's supposed to last 20 plus years.
Yep.
And if we're not around in 5 years to honor any warranties, be there to service the roof, you know, do maintenance, which is really necessary. You got to have maintenance on your roof.
It is.
Then I mean, we're not doing our job right. And so I think roofers, we need to take care of ourselves and elevate the entire industry.
Agreed.
You know, so what are some of the challenges you've faced in the sales of roofing to get the homeowners to understand the differences between a quality roofer and just another guy? Because we get a lot of price objections.
Well, I don't know if you saw that video with the lady, but I lost a deal. Well, she didn't sign with us because like she's like, well, this company has 300 something reviews and they've been around for this long and you've only been around a year and a half. And it's like, well, we all kind of use the same crews. It's like, yeah, but my crews have been around for this long. But now it's like, well, I can sell you the warranty through TAMCO. And whether I'm here or not, you have a 10-year or 25-year workmanship warranty. So now we have we have a lot of different things that we can offer customers to give them that peace of mind because, again, I mean, next year is 2 years that we've been around. Yeah.
And so for the audience, you know, the differences between these roofing warranties, certain manufacturers, they allow you, if you're certified, to give a non-prorated warranty on the material and the labor.
That's right.
Right? So a typical package shingle warranty, they're going to say, hey, yeah, we'll warrant the product in case there's any manufactured defects. If there is one, we're going to throw a bundle of shingles, pile of shingles in your yard. You got to go pay for the labor to get this back on, right? And then that also prorates after 10 years. That amount you get back for the shingle product goes down. So when you have certified contractors like us, they actually will allow you to give a warranty that covers labor and material for the life of the roof, essentially. Yep. So these warranties are game changers for homeowners.
They are. They're huge.
Yeah, and it's not, manufacturers, they've been around for a long time. Things happen. These shingles are made in massive factories, and there's going to be some shingles that just aren't up to par. So these can really save you, even if we were to go out of business, God forbid.
For sure.
Then they're going to pay for
they're
another.
Still covered.
Yeah, they're still covered. Right. So warranties are everything. In roofing.
They for sure. They help a lot.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned AI in roofing.
Yeah.
And I think it's coming in hard into our industry.
Every industry.
So where are you using it, and where do you not think it's going to go?
So I had a couple of calls last week, and I had more calls this week. I'm trying to figure out all the different avenues and options of utilizing AI because I understand that. You got to stay up to the times. And AI is, I mean, it's disrupting every industry. And if you don't adapt to that, you will get swept behind.
Yeah.
With that being said, and I'm not going to get too much into it because I haven't signed the deal yet, but I showed you what we've got coming.
Yeah.
It is an app that is on the App Store that allows you to create an estimate within 5 to 10 seconds and then share a PDF with the customer right then. And I mean, you don't have to pay for an Eagle View or a roofer report. It's all done by AI. And I mean, that's one of the ways. And then there's also ways to pull data where, I mean, there's some really cool stuff that you can do.
Yeah. And so we can utilize AI in roofing, but we're also AI resistant. You know, AI is not necessarily going to take away our job. I saw a video of this, AI machine putting on shingles.
I've seen it. They came out like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and it's like, it suctions up a shingle, moves it like 10 feet, places it down. I'm like, dude,
slow,
I've got...
It'll be really slow, and it's like, well, what's the pitch of the roof? I think that it will come, and it'll be very efficient, but I mean, I think it'll be at least 5 years.
Yeah.
But that stuff is definitely going to come.
Yeah. I have a
It's
hard
about
time.
having enough money to purchase the machine, so then have the machine do
Right.
it,
And then setting
the
it
laborers,
how hard is to set up.
Yeah, the laborers are the ones to worry.
Yeah.
Because like the sales guys, we're still going to have to, get out there and sell and get the contracts and everything. But the work, if it's done by a robot, I was actually listening to the PBD podcast on the way here, and one of the most influential people in the world, who's one of the most intelligent, like what he says is like legit, it's not just BSing around. He said in the next 5 years, we'll have more robots than humans roaming the earth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when we think about it, like they're starting to mass produce.
Yeah. It's a little scary. I mean, I think that right now our labor force, especially in Texas, because it's so cheap, that it will be a while before the robots like take over and start installing shingles.
Yeah, it'll be at least
5 years. I mean, it's got to get really good. Because I saw it was like hooked up on the roof. If they have a way to mount it on the ground, and then do it from there, like that might work better. But we're talking about some serious machinery.
Yeah, the only thing is that the advancements are happening so fast right now. To go from like A to B and B to C is happening like lightning speed. And it's especially with AI and technology. It's like by the time you launch an app, there's another app that's even better than your app that you just launched. It's moving very fast.
Yeah.
So
no, that's interesting. Okay, so building a team, you've obviously built a big team fast, right?
I'm over here like, man, what are we doing? I need 50 people, 100 people. I'm like, and then anyway, keep going.
No, I mean, and there's differences. You have a brand new company, right? We've been around for 43 years.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I mean, y'all are goals, man.
Yeah, but you guys have done. We're probably on pretty similar levels. I mean, we could be doing a lot more, and I think part of that is building the great team. Like we have clients that we can call back from 20 years ago.
Yeah,
that
that's
we did their roof. So harvesting those clients is huge, and just finding people who are self-motivated.
Yep.
You're a master motivator, but you're not looking to drag somebody along if they don't want it, right? So how do you find those highly motivated individuals? I know you said social media. What's your vetting process for them?
I would say you more so attract those people. And man, I'm very blunt.
Yeah.
I'll let people know straight up, look, you come to work here, I'm going to bring greatness out of you, or you're going to quit because you can't handle it. I'm going to get your goals, and I'm going to hold you accountable to your goals. I'm not somebody who's just sitting here wanting to hire everybody. Like, and I read through the BS a lot better than I used to about people that just talk about, all the different things that they've done. Like, the more that you tell me that you've done, the more of a red flag it is, because you're company hopping and you're still broke. So if you were so great, why are you company hopping? Why are you broke? Kind of thing. But I just think that it's really about pouring into people. My goal is to build a 9-figure company in the next 3 to 5 years. Reason being is because everybody's goals fit in that goal, right? So like I said, my goal is to help as many people as I can tap into their greatness, achieve their goals. And if I have a $10 million goal, that's not giving people room to accomplish their goals within my goal.
Right.
My goal has to be huge. I mean, I'm a pretty big visionary because to me, it's just numbers.
Yeah.
I had 4,500 people in my network marketing business. Like, if you get 100 people that just do $1 million a year,
yeah,
it's $100 million company. It's not rocket science.
Right.
When you really break it down, it's like, okay, your average job is 25,000. Boom, boom. What are we? And then I'm like, well, that's it. And I'm so eager, but yeah, I have many different things in place to recruit, and sometimes it's trash, and sometimes it's great. But even if you get one rock star. If they do 2 million, 3 million, I mean, that's a very good amount of revenue. And when you get those people in, they help everybody around them too. But people that don't go out and work, if they're not going out canvassing and door knocking, high performers don't want to be around those people.
Right.
They don't, they'll look at the numbers and it'll be an excuse to not do as much and do what they're capable of. Yeah. And it'll get into their mind and their subconscious, and they just won't perform at the level that they can because they think this is the ground, is the floor.
A players want to be around.
That's it. Eagles want to fly with eagles, not pigeons.
Yeah. Yeah. So So you do. So y'all do a lot of door knocking. Yeah. So do y'all do a lot of retail as well, or is it primarily insurance?
Well, it's primarily insurance because of the market. I mean, when these homeowners, they know a hailstorm's coming within a 3 to 5 year period. But like, I personally have 2 roofs going up on Thursday in Austin. They were both retail.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we still sell retail, and I prefer retail because you get paid within a week.
Yeah.
Because I get, half up front, and then your final payment is due within 24 hours of completion.
Right.
Because you should have the money. You're not waiting on the insurance money, right?
Absolutely. What about financing? Do y'all?
We offer
financing.
Yeah.
How's the success there? Like getting people to sign up for it?
It's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, because really, all they have to finance is their deductible. Right. Because insurance covers everything else on the insurance side. So, but we just got a deal. One of my guys, he picked up a check yesterday. Her deductible was $24,100.
So crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're just not covered at that point, Which is why, and
it's a big deductible.
Yeah, and I'll let you in kind of on our part of our strategy. I mean, asphalt products are not going anywhere, right?
No,
they're going to be around for a long time. But there's a product called F-Wave, which is a synthetic shingle, and
I've heard of it, seen it, and I saw it in your showroom.
Yeah. We like it. It's new, right? It's new, so they've worked out kinks, but they've been good about fixing things when things go wrong.
That's good.
But the great thing about it is it lasts for 50 years. I mean, they haven't been around that long, so we don't really know. But
you've been around 2 years and you say you last 50 years. Where's the research coming from?
But there's But there's other synthetic products that they have some evidence that these things they last a lot longer. At the price point, I've done kind of the math, and I have this in our presentation, that it's about 5 times less with all the insurance discounts, right, over that 50-year span. Because at year 21, let's just say your asphalt roof lasts 20 years, you're buying that second asphalt shingle. It costs almost, with inflation, almost as much as buying that synthetic for the first
one time 50 years.
Yeah, and then you got to buy it a third time in that same span. So when you want to get out of the hail game, and I know we do about half retail, half storm. So you think it's kind of crazy. Why would you want to put a roof on that is going to last 50 years? Because then you lose a client.
Right.
But we think we get that money up front, we build that relationship. It's a higher ticket item, and then they're a fan, right? And the next hailstorm comes through, and they don't have to deal with it again, and then we get our praises sung. So I mean, it's an interesting play. But I mean, have you guys dabbled in the synthetics? I know you talked a little bit about metal.
Yeah, I mean, standing seam is probably thus far the nicest, most expensive roof that we've installed. Yeah.
Well, what are your I mean, you can be totally blunt, man. I mean, what are your thoughts on synthetics? Are you a fan or?
I mean, like you said, it's a 50-year, and it's supposed to last longer. It's supposed to protect against hail and wind better. So, I mean, it's not that I'm like a fan or not a fan. We just haven't stepped into that space really yet. Yeah.
Sure.
I've had them contact me, the rep for F-Wave.
Yeah.
They've hit me up. One of my former guys would talked about it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's just not something that we've sold.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious, you are this master motivator. So that started before the heart attacks, right? You were doing public speaking for a while.
Yep.
So
we're the network marketing company, man. I spoke in Australia, Canada. I mean, I've been all over the United States.
So what got you there? What got you to being this guy that just wanted to motivate? When I know your brother passed away, I mean, did that kind of reinvigorate like your desire, your drive to?
Man, I just hate seeing people live in a mediocre life. I know what it looks like on the other side when you start to tap into your greatness, when you start to wake up with a fire, with purpose, and just fucking get after it. You know, and you're going to take the hits, you're going to lose, you're going to fail. But as long as you keep going, which is the secret sauce, the perseverance to keep going and never quit, getting better, keep showing up, whether you feel like it or not, which is the essence of discipline. Yeah. It's not about motivation. It's not about inspiration. That shit goes away. It's I'm committed to the goal, whether I feel like it or not, because more days you're going to feel like not doing something.
Right.
A lot of people think I bought a company. They think that I bought Summit from somebody. And I'm like, no, I started it from nothing. I was 38 years old, still making a 6-figure residual income, a TEDx speaker, a best-selling author, and I'm knocking doors.
Yeah.
Did I want to do that? Hell no. Did I think I was above that? Kinda, but then I checked myself like, no, you're not.
Right.
And I got out there, I was hustling, I was running appointments and door knocking and asking for referrals and doing all this stuff. Then started recruiting, and man, I just kept going.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had people steal. I had one guy backdoor $500,000. I've had it all happen, bro. Like, I can go on and on about the horror stories. And that's another thing is as a leader, your ability to stay neutral. And I talk about that all the time. Your emotional intelligence has to be extremely high. And a lot of these sales guys think, oh, I know how to do sales. I can go run a company. But they just don't. There's sales, there's sales, management, there's probably another couple, and then becoming an owner of a company, a successful company, because, man, they go out of business all the time. So a successful company, it takes a lot in money management. And, I mean, I have a line of credit of multiple 6 figures. So, God, because we do insurance work, right? So we have a lot of money out, and I got to make payroll, and like I'm waiting on $300,000. My accounts receivable, we're at 7 figures right now, right? Yeah, so it's like, God forbid I do need that. I have access to it. So do you have access? So there's a lot of things that play in there. But dude, I wake up with a burning desire to fucking crush. Yeah. Like I'm a maniac when it comes to this stuff. I have a hard time sleeping sometimes because my mind just doesn't turn off. Yeah. And the biggest part of it is I love to see people win. Yeah. I love to take somebody, I'm starting to get chills thinking about it, to take somebody who is broken, who is about to lose it all, but they have it within them. Like, everybody has it within them, but like when somebody, they really will put the work in, they're putting the work in, and, with a different company, and they come over here and it's just because things weren't working out over there. And to just totally flip that, dude, it's my favorite thing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And that's something that's very important as a leader, servant leadership. Like, I want to be successful, of course, but if you make it all about me, that's ego, pride, greed. My thing is helping as many people succeed, knowing that, man, we do that, like, I'm going to be good. Yeah. But it's authentically doing it. Not, I'm going to help you because it's going to get me rich or whatever. It's, I'm going to help you because I truly want to see you win. Yeah. And I learned that in network marketing.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of taps into just the principle that whenever you do something good for somebody else, there's not just always this binary give and take, right? You get this other thing, which is the good feeling really that we get from helping people. Yeah. If you I don't really give homeless people money that often, but if I do, it's like I lost something, they gain something, end of story. Right. But it's like, no, like I know that I'm helping someone. So there's this kind of like supernatural addition into that equation. And it seems like that's what's feeding you, is that you can give your time for somebody. They might return it with working for you and making you money. But at the end of the day, even if they failed, like even if they go somewhere else, you're still going to get that, man, like I helped somebody.
Well, my number one guy left.
Really?
Yeah. I had just bought him a Rolex. I just paid for him first class flight, him and his girlfriend, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Promised me he would never leave, all this. He's been in roofing for 15 years, but I brought greatness out of him. Mm-hmm. And he made a post. And the post was talking about how Summit Solutions is the best company he ever worked for, how I was such a powerful leader, how I was able to help him change his life and bring the best out of him. And then he announced his company. And so I was sitting there so pissed and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
And I just had to remind myself, like, man, that was the overall goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is to help people be the best that they can be, whether it's with me or not. And he told me on Valentine's Day.
Oh, man. God.
It was probably his gift to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
But after dealing with it how I dealt with it, I was cool. I was good with it, you know.
Yeah.
And he's closing out all of his jobs, so he's still closing it. He's doing things properly. Mm-hmm. He's the one. He and I we talk like every day. Like we're homies, right? And then a week later, I got a guy that came on board. He's been in roofing for 6 years. He did 1.95 million last year.
Sick.
Yeah, so it's like
No, there's a great quote in Ted Lasso. I don't know if you've ever seen the show before.
I haven't.
It's
I've heard
silly,
about it though. Yeah.
But one of the guys says, a good mentor hopes you'll move on. A great one knows you will.
Yeah.
You know, and not that you want people to leave the company, but if someone does, I mean, you hope that they go do bigger, better things. If their goals are to own something or whatever, I wish people well. There are 7 million, 8 million people in DFW, and there's 5,000 roofing contractors. There's enough to go around.
There's plenty.
And I want to be competing against other people that are doing it right, not the guy that is going to go out of business in 5 years because their pricing is so low that they're going to tank as soon as something goes wrong. But on the culture building, one of the things that I really respect about my dad for building this is he has that neutral. He's able to not get too emotional. And when there's a disagreement in the office, like it's so easy to, when someone comes, now that I'm in management, someone come up to me and say, "Hey, this person did that." I gotta go, "Okay, yeah, I totally understand. I get that might be upsetting. Let me talk to them and we'll sort this out."
Yeah.
If I can't pick sides, I have to be a mediator all the time. And then if someone doesn't do what I ask them to do, or I don't feel they're living up to it, there's different ways to lead. I don't want to lead by fear.
Yeah.
I don't want to lead by, I'm the owner's son and I'm telling you what to do. I mean, that can be kind of a tricky situation. I want respect. I want people to lead because I want people to follow because they go, man, he does it too.
It's because they trust you.
Yeah. And so, there's some things to overcome in that, especially being the owner's son. Sometimes it feels that way, but I just got to be better, man. I got to keep being better. And when I have to call somebody out and I feel like I hadn't been my best, it's like, dang, Reese, like you need to step it up.
I'm number one on the leaderboard right now for the month.
Yeah.
And
I need to be able to.
I'll still go knock doors with the guys.
Yeah.
And like they'll see me overcome the objection and sign the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that, it's like, okay. Yeah. He's in the office a lot and he's like, what are y'all doing? How many knocks you at? But he has the right to do that because
he did it.
He did it. And he can still do it.
Mm-hmm. So how did you learn that?
Well, I've been in door-to-door before. Okay. I sold fiber from 21 to 23. I went door-to-door selling fiber optics with Verizon Fios when it just dropped. I led a team, AT&T Uverse. I've sold home security. I've sold energy. Wow. So I had a lot of door-to-door experience already, and I knew how lucrative it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean, just a combination of everything.
Yeah,
it helps for sure.
Yeah, we really have never been a big door-to-door company. I mean, I guess the door-to-door back in the day when my dad started was just calling everybody he knew until he had business.
Right.
And then he never actually knocked doors. He just knew people. He was born and raised in Dallas, Texas, his whole life. I think I'm like a fourth generation Dallasite. So having those connections can be extremely beneficial.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So this next topic. People are probably more divided on it. What's your opinion on work? No, it's not that controversial.
Are we doing politics or religion right now?
No. Not. I'm just setting the stage. No, work-life balance.
There's
man.
none.
Yeah. Is it a myth?
Entrepreneurship.
Is it a myth?
Yeah, I don't agree with work-life balance. I'm just all in.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I'm all in. I'm all in on work. I'm all in on my marriage. But I have a wife who understands what I'm up to and what I'm creating and the purpose behind it. So she understands. There's not bickering. There's not fighting. And I set the tone from that, the expectations.
Yeah.
And from don't get in my way of what I want to do and what I want to accomplish, because I don't resent you.
Yeah, no, I think that, people who want to work a 9 to 5 and they want to go, well, I want to be able to go home and do this or that, whatever. There's jobs out there for people that, want to compartmentalize their entire life. But I mean, ultimately, if you're in sales, especially, you gotta go when you gotta strike when the iron's hot.
For sure.
And especially in roofing, it can be seasonal. But
we've had some of our biggest months in December.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is chilling.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, cool, y'all chill. We'll go grind and we'll sign all the deals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have an uptick kind of in the later of the year.
Yeah.
Because we're still working and homeowners want to get things off their plate before Christmas rolls around.
Yep.
And then once the New Year hits, kids are back in school. They're on their New Year resolution. They're on their, how am I stepping up my game? The last thing they want to do in January and February is put on a roof, or be going through the process.
Yeah, we're always working.
Yeah. But I think the first 2 months of the year are decent for production, a little bit slower for sales.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this too, bro. Like to add to that, as far as work goes and why I'm always working. Is because, man, I got a lot of people depending on me. I got a lot of people counting on me. And I gave them my word. Anytime they come in, it's like, I work for you. Yeah, I own the company, but I work for you. My goal is to equip you to be as successful as possible. Yeah. So I'm always working. I can't turn it off. But it's not even that I don't want to turn it off because I'm addicted. I'm an all-in, crazy, passionate kind of guy. I was so disciplined in the wrong things that it killed me. I was so good at doing the wrong things and doing drugs. Like I was so all in that it led me to being dead on the table. I just transitioned that into a good energy and productive, and here we are.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, congrats. Taking the company into 7 figures, and I don't know where
it's our second full year. We'll do 8 figures this year.
Yeah. See, that's incredible. I mean, in 2 years, dude, congrats. So
Thank you.
To get there, you got to be paying attention to some numbers, right? So what are if you were to boil it down, from an owner standpoint, the main KPIs you look at to track your growth? What are you checking out?
I mean, it's outputs. It's people getting out there and working daily. That's really what it comes down to. But I mean, in the last 5 weeks, we did about, based on averages, because we don't have all the scopes back, 2.25 million.
Okay.
In the last 5 weeks. I think we did 87 signed contingencies. It was something like that. Yeah.
So,
and new people.
Yeah.
Like you got to stay recruiting new people. Yeah. And I have a standard, so you have to at least have some kind of sales experience.
Okay.
Like if you have 0 sales experience, I just don't hire you. And you might go to another company and be the best roofing salesman that the industry has ever seen. I'm not willing to take that chance based on the patterns and things that I've seen.
Yeah. Well, when you're doing door to door, you've got to have that quality.
It's brutal.
Yeah. You gotta take the rejection. You have to be able to talk to people. You can't be nervous or afraid. I mean, you have to.
It takes a different kind of breed to go door to door.
It does. And it's something that we want to get more into. I mean, we have it. So there's no reason we can't boom. I mean, with the client, past clients we have, we've got to be harvesting those.
Yeah, 40 years. I mean,
I know.
Y'all have.
Yeah, we have a large book.
Your office is amazing too.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah.
I love seeing that. I'm like, I need to step it up. What are we doing right now?
Well, I mean, to be transparent, when you're building to grow, and we are, you hit that kind of wow. We hired 3 more people on overhead. We have to sell more.
Yeah.
We're not covering ourselves on this investment to the company.
Yep.
So it's this cycle of, Sweet, we're doing great, and then reinvestment, and then.
Did you see that post I made yesterday?
I don't know if I did.
Oh, is it? It was like life as an entrepreneur. It's like Monday, boom, Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
It's I need to scale my company to 100 million. The next day, like, man, I feel like I quit. The next day, yeah,
dude,
that's the life of an entrepreneur. It's literally like this, all over the place.
It's up and down.
Like today, I want to just go move to Costa Rica and pitch a tent. It's like, what the hell am I thinking? I got to get to 250 million.
Yeah. No, it is an up and down. It's up and down, and especially when you're selling high ticket items like this in roofing. Your booms are great. They're awesome. But the valleys can be really low because you're like, man, the amount of money that we're spending on a daily basis just to keep our overhead.
What are y'all's bills a month?
Oh, well, maybe I'll tell you that off camera.
All right, tell me off camera.
Yeah.
No, because this shit is like it'll give me some anxiety.
We really to stay in business. We really need to do high multiple 7 figures. I mean, if we do 8, then we're really crushing it. Yeah. But yeah, we can't do 5 or 6. Can't do that. Yeah, we go out of business.
Yeah.
But the great thing right now where we're at is, like I kind of told you, I think earlier, my dad started this business with no systems or processes. He is a lover. He is someone who just attracts like really great, from his heart, like great people, around him.
Yeah. And
people just love working for him. He might be a little bit too lenient sometimes, but people love working for him. We've had people leave and come back. Because they're like, dude, I can't work for anybody else. The ethics
Y'all hire
and
people
the integrity. Well, if depends on how
do you do it?
Depends on how they leave.
Got it.
Right. If we fire someone, we let someone go. Probably not. If
they quit because they think the grass is greener on the other side and they dip out to go work for another company.
I
just had 2 people try to come back.
Yeah. So we had one guy. He left to go work for a completely different industry.
Okay.
And he had some other reasons, family, and it was closer to his and he came back. He was like, man, guys, like I just didn't like their ethics, and I just didn't know what I missed. And so it's how they come back, their reasoning, what they say. It will make a huge impact on bringing someone back on. Right. Maybe sometimes we brought someone on we shouldn't. But you
don't know until you know.
Yeah, you learn the hard way, right? Yeah. But just that culture that my dad built. That is.
Well, you have to have it to be around 40 plus years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's
and
an
so
absolute must.
Yeah, so where we're at is we're developing these systems and processes, and the reason I brought up how my dad did things is because we had 7, 8 different sales guys doing 7 and 8 different processes, and so they're all doing different stuff, and so now. I've kind of come in with the sales manager position and dialed in, hey, here's what we're doing, here's the material we're using, and it's tough to steer that ship because people have their habits, but it's going to be great because now when I bring on someone new,
everybody has to be.
I'm going to have the roadmap. I'm going to go, hey,
it's like McDonald's, bro.
Yeah,
3 pickles.
You do that. Mm-hmm.
Mustard, I think it is.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where we're at. So we've positioned ourselves to.
When did you change that?
It's been the past year. Okay, we've been really changing that, and. This is another problem where you implement change, you usually reduce your efficiency by about 30%.
For a short time.
And then it comes back.
Yeah,
so
that's a fact.
What I've done, I think I may have overloaded the system with change, and I've kind of got to go, okay, what are my priorities? What needs to change right now? What can change in 3 months, and what can change in 12 months? But I gotta prioritize certain things because if I just give them everything, nothing changes.
Yeah. What CRM do y'all use?
JobNimbus.
Okay. Dude. Yeah. We use AccuLynx. My bill last month was $7,000.
Yeah.
Like these mother effers, bro.
Yeah.
$7,000.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. It's kind of. No, it's crazy, and that's why one of the reasons we like JobNimbus because they weren't as expensive as like Service Titan or AccuLynx, and they are investing a lot into their platform and its UX. It's getting a lot better. You can also do estimating on there. It's getting better. Chase has problems with it.
You can do estimator on there, but don't you have to pull measurements?
You can import them through EagleView.
Yeah, but you still have to pull measurements.
You still have to pull.
If it's a 20, 25,
I know. Yeah, besides your little. Cool
I'm gonna get you going.
Yeah, you got to show it to me. But
it'll save you money.
Yeah, but hey, man, I thank you so much for being here. Like, I really enjoyed the conversation, and I feel like riled up.
Thank you for
Like,
having
I'm
me.
ready to
Yeah,
go.
I'm a little bit more chill right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sometimes I just get crazy hyped.
Yeah. No, I feel like you're pretty hyped. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We're both doing the same industry, but we're doing it in different ways. We have different flavors.
Yep.
But we both care for the client, and we want to do exceptional work, and grow and serve more people, and that's what it's about. So before I sign us off, I want to give you a platform to say whatever you want to say.
Well, I mean, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak. Pretty much every time I get asked to be on a podcast, I say yes, simply because of my mission. And there's always new viewers, and you never know who is going to hear what you have to say, and the domino effect that can come from that. That it might be the next Elon or something. You just never know what's going to land with who. Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, look, people look at me and definitely form an opinion often with all the jewelry and the cars and everything. But man, when it comes down to it, I've had nothing.
Yeah. When
I started entrepreneurship back in 2013, I had a trash bag of clothes and lived in my buddy's living room. Mm-hmm. My grandma and my great grandma bought me a bed, and the bed was in the living room, and we had no AC. I mean, and before that, my buddy, we were talking about it the other day. He's very successful now too, but we were roommates, and we would have to dig through the couch to find change for a $5 pizza Patron. We were laughing about it the other day because they had the $5 pizza Patron, and it would be enough food for the day. And so like that was our go-to. We were like 20, but it's just like, man, I've been at the bottom, come from the humble beginnings, and you really get in this life what you put into it. And it is a choice. Success is a choice. Mm-hmm. We all have reasons not to do something. We all have reasons that can hold us back in life, but it's the law of polarity. There's also reasons on the exact opposite. And in life, you get what you focus on, and what you focus on grows. So if you focus on problems, you're going to get more problems. Yeah. You're going to find it. And if you focus on solutions and opportunity and change for the better, then that's what you're going to find, and that's what you're going to attract in life. And I've been on both sides of the equation, and money is not evil.
Yeah.
A lot of people growing up, they see their parents fighting over money, and they think money makes you a bad person or something. Mm-hmm. Like if you have money, you scam somebody or you're doing bad out there. And at the end of the day, money just magnifies you of who you actually are. It will expose your true heart and who you are as a person.
Right.
And so the more money you have, the more good you can do in the world. And hopefully the more money, when you have a lot of money, when you get it the right way, helping people, you feel great. But there's also a lot of people out there that take their lives that are billionaires and multimillionaires. And it really comes down, like I was saying, that the way that you're achieving. So, man, just keep God first. Yeah. That's my number one. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got a cross on my freaking...
Yeah.
Some say it's my face. I say it's my sideburns. But, yeah, I mean, keeping God first and just staying in the game, staying in the fight, don't quit. I've had every reason in the world to quit, and I keep going, and you will win. It's inevitable. The universe can't deny somebody who gets up every single day and gives it their absolute all. Yeah. So... That's it, man.
It's all about what's between the ears.
That's it. That's the game of life, is won or lost in between the ears.
Yeah.
That mindset. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well, Jason, dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Everybody watching, if you want to be motivated, if you want to change your life, if you want to become the very best version of yourself, this is the episode you need to listen to. Jason, thanks again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We'll see y'all next time.
Sweet.
Thanks for tuning in to Building Dallas, where we bring the stories that shaped North Texas. Subscribe, share, and stay connected. Until next time, keep building. Building Dallas is presented by Arrington Roofing, keeping North Texas covered, rain or shine.